Hello, today we're going to learn how to factor special products. Factor special products have different ways. Factoring with difference of the squares, factoring with the square of a sum, and factoring with the square of a difference. In this video, we will learn with some exercises of a square of a sum with the pattern that they tell us that x squared plus 2xy plus y squared is just the same as having x plus y raised to the second power. So let's see one example on here. On this example, I have 9x raised to the second power plus 12x plus 4 equals 0. So what I need to do on here? Well, I follow my pattern and I see that on this exercise, my 9 is a square number and my 4 is a square number. So I need to see which factors are the ones I need to use on here. So I'm going to factorize 9, and the factors of 9 are 1 times 9 and 3 times 3. Also, I need to factorize my 4, so I'll factorize it, and I'll have that my factors are 1 times 4 and 2 times 2. How you can remember every square number is just the same as the multiplication of this number by itself. So in here, our numbers that are squares that give us a square answer are 3 times 3 and 2 times 2. So I'm going to use these factors, 3 times 3 and 2 times 2, to factorize this. Now, I need to see my signs. In this case, all of them are positive. How you can see on here. So this way, I'm going to use just positive. Now, if I said that for my 9, I'm going to use a 3, I'm going to apply my 3 and my 3. And for my number 4, I'm going to use the 2 and the 2. This way, I'm going to multiply my 3x times my 2, my 3x times my 2, and also my other 3x times my 2. And I'm going to prove that the answer it gives me on here is just the same answer I have on the middle. Knowing that this is the correct answer, I'm going to put a parenthesis on each one, and I'm going to put it down like this way. 3x plus 2 times 3x plus 2 equals 0. But when we have something like this, it's just the same as having it like this. Just one time, but raised to the square power. So in this case, I'm not done because I have an equal sign. And when I have an equal sign on here, I need to equal each parenthesis to 0. But in this case, if both of them are the same, in both ways, I'll get the same answer. So I'll just do it one time. I'll have 3x plus 2 equals 0. So in here, what I need to do? Well, I need to take away my parentheses. And after taking away my parentheses, I need to move this positive 2 to the other side, doing the opposite operation. And if on here is adding, on the other side is go subtracting. So I move it to the other side. 3x equals negative 2. Now, my variable is not completely alone, so I need to move my 3 to the other side in order to leave my variable completely alone. So I move my 3 that is multiplying to the other side, dividing. This way, I got that my answer is x equals negative 2 over 3. And this is everything for this exercise. So we're going to do another exercise so you can see one more. Okay, on this exercise I have 35x squared plus 20x plus 4 equals 0. So what I need to do, well, I need to step my pattern. My pattern that tells me that I need to have a square number at the beginning and a square number at the end. If you can see it on here, I have it. So I'm going to take my factors of each number. My factors of 25 and my factor for number 4. Now that I take my factors, I identify which ones give me a square product. And I have that 5 times 5 and 2 times 2. So I'm going to use these numbers to factorize this trinomial. I look at my signs and I see that both of them are positive. So if both of them are positive, my signs will be positive and positive. Now, I start taking my factors for number 4, and there are 2 and 2. And my factor for 25x squared are 5x and 5x. I multiply my 5x times the 2, and I have 10x. I do just the same with the other 5x and 2, and I multiply, and I have the addition of 10x plus 10x, and these give me 20x. Now that I have my answer, 20x, I can see and compare with the 20x I have on the top, and I can say that these two are just the same. So this is the value I need. I place my parentheses on them, and I make my linear equation. I have 5x plus 2 times 5x plus 2 equals 0. As I tell you in the other exercise, this is just the same as having it like this. Now, if I have an equal sign, I need to equal each parenthesis to 0. So I'm going to take it just one time because they're both the same value. And my answer will be 5x plus 2 equals 0. I take away my parentheses and I move this 2 that is adding to the other side, subtract. 5x equals negative 2. Now I need to move my 5 that is multiplying in here to the other side, dividing. Now that I move it dividing, my answer is x equals negative 2 over 5. If I cannot simplify it anymore, this means this is my final answer. Well, let's do one more exercise. Okay, I have this exercise that tells me 9x squared plus 60xy plus 100y raised to the second power equals 0. As you can see on this exercise, I have two variables. I have x and I have y. So this means this exercise have a little variation on it. So let's start. I can see that my first value is a square and my last value is also a square. So I can apply my square of the sum pattern. I take out my factorization of 9, that is 1 times 9 and 3 times 3. And I also take my factorization for 100, that is 1 times 100, 2 times 50, 4 times 25, 5 times 20, and 10 times 10. Now that I got all the factorization, I can see that the values I need are 3 times 3 and 10 times 10. I see that both of them have positive signs, so the signs I'll use are positive and positive. Now, I start placing my values for the 100y squared, and the values I'll use are 10 times 10. That's the reason why I'll put on here 10y times 10y. And in the other side, I'll place 3x times 3x. Now, I'll multiply on here. My 3x with my 10y will give me 30xy. And I'll multiply my 3x times my 10y on here. And it also gives me 30xy. Now, I add these two values and I'll have 60xy. Just the same answer I have on my center of the equation. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put the parentheses to each one. I write my equation and I have 3x plus 10y times 3x plus 10y equals 0. Now, I need to equal each parentheses to 0. And I need to find my values for x, and also I need to find my value for y, because in this case I have two variables. So I'm going to start looking for my value for the variable x, 3x plus 10y. I need to move my 10y to the other side, subtracting, in order to leave my x alone. And I move my 3 to the other side, dividing. And I have x equals negative 10y over 3. But this is an improper fraction, so I need to simplify it and make it a mixed number. If I make it a mixed number, I'll have x equals negative 3 1/3 y. Now that I find my value for x, I need to find my value for y. I'm going to use again the same equation, 3x plus 10y equals 0. But in this case, I'll not leave alone my x. I'll leave alone my y. So I'll start taking away the parentheses and moving my 3x, that is adding, to the other side, subtracting. Now that I move my 3x to the other side, subtracting, I need to move my 10 to the other side, doing the opposite operation. If in here is multiplying, on the other side will go dividing. So I'll have y equals negative 3x over 10. This means my final answer is y equals negative 3/10 x. Why? Because I cannot simplify it anymore. So this is my final answer. Y equals negative 3 over 10x. So I make it just with the variables x and the variable y. So I need to find both answers, and it doesn't matter if you have a variable in the answer. So thanks for watching, and if you have any doubt, you can leave it in the comments below.